Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel. Whether you're new or you're coming back, welcome to the new week, welcome to the eclipse season. It's upon us. Finally, we had this huge lunar eclipse in Libra just hours ago, and it opened up it was a gateway, right? Opened up the season that's gonna end on April 8th with the total solar eclipse. And yes, if you are in the United States or basically in the Western Hemisphere, you will be able to see it. Don't try to do it with your naked eyes, of course. Use special equipment for that. I know I'm getting some because I'm really excited about it and it's gonna be great. I will do some insights for each of the zodiac signs of how this eclipse season is impacting you. This is the Aries Libra axis, so think about those things. And yes, we do have our North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra. There is actually a very direct connection between these two topics, because the eclipses essentially have to do with the nodes. But yeah, it is a lot to take in, to process. This time is usually the time when big shifts can happen in your life, very unexpected events. I'm not saying exactly positive or negative, do with it what you will, but and it's hard to be ready for those things, right? But just stay open and I kept coming up actually in the readings last week, especially for the feminines. And I know the majority of you guys are divine feminines watching. We need to have our toolboxes ready, our spiritual toolbox, where we can quickly self-regulate, come back to center, or we have somebody to turn to for some support if it gets rough, because it might. Yeah, I guess that's it. If you want to know more information about the lunar eclipse, it just happened. We're still in that energy, by the way, and we still will be in it for a few more days at least. Check out the last reading I did yesterday on the eclipse specifically. It was a little bit of a different spread, different questions, and it revealed quite a lot to us. All right, so today is gonna be a daily reading. I don't have a specific theme or format for it, so we're checking in what's going on with the twins, but keeping in mind that we just had a huge transit happen astronomically, astrologically. I have the Sacred Traveler deck to begin with. Let's get an oracle message for divine feminines watching. All right, we have protected by angels. You are cherished by the angels. Beautiful card. And bottom of the deck here, wondrous universe, walk in beauty. How about that? Hell yeah. Oh wow, protection. This protection helps you. I'm seeing this image when, like let's say there is chaos, like a natural cataclysm, or maybe even a military action, and like there's a lot going on around and it feels unsafe, right? And there is like these figures, these angels that show up, and they kind of provide like this shield, but also like a passage, like a tunnel, where you can see that path clearly, that like this is the safe corridor to walk through and be safe and find this beauty on the other side. All right, so walk in beauty and step into that beauty, new level of beauty. So that's what is happening for the feminines right now. It's really great. And of course, show gratitude to your appreciation to your guides, to your angels. Whew, masculine, stay focused, hold the course. Yeah. Now I get a different image of a storm at sea, where masculines are the navigators, so like the captains that are trying to keep ship, moving forward and adrift. And the other card is begin now, take your first step. So to me, in this case, it's not necessarily the first step, but keep taking steps, even if it's one at a time, even if it seems small. It's really important to keep the momentum going and to show that you want progress, you move to something bigger and better. Very important, the intention of your steps, my dear divine masculines, that it's not just to kind of hold on to what you have, even if it doesn't feel good, even if you're getting all the signs from the universe that it's not for you, or it's not really serving you, making your life better, but you're still holding on to it because you have some kind of convictions in your head why, right? And fill in the blanks why. This is because the thing is that, and that's why I kept saying stay open and be ready and all that. I mean, obviously, at some point those things will just be taken away, right? Especially for the masculine energies. You won't be able to do that anyway. It's just gonna be much more painful. But moreover, it's gonna take a lot longer then to complete the cycle if you stick with it, because that's like right now the energies are amplified very much. So if you're sticking to this karmic cycle and if you keep choosing it, it's gonna perpetuate for much longer. Like the impact is gonna stay much longer with you. It's gonna take a lot more effort to clear that karma, right? So be very careful with that and check yourself. Do that homework. Pay attention to where you're spending energy on, what are you trying to keep in your life or to magnify, to expand in your life. How healthy is it for you? How happy it makes you, or does it, right? And keep taking steps towards the happiness, towards the joy, towards the dream. That's the main thing here. Okay, I got the Sophia Charles deck today for the main read. Let's see what we have, what's going on with those splits. And of course, don't forget to like the video, to subscribe to my channel, and share with those who can benefit from this information. This helps me circulate these messages with the right audience. All right, we have fulfillment. Yeah, at the bottom of the deck, 10 of Cups, beautiful. I love it already, right? That's the thing, you know, that's what eclipse season is all about. And it's actually, there is a tree of life here. There is like the Kabbalah notion here. So for some people, maybe it's a prompt to look it up or to come back to that if that's already something you've been doing. Like this knowledge is going to be really important for you now. But like that's the essence of it, right? Like there is a lot going on and it feels rough. It feels unsafe, maybe even hard on your body, even to that extent. But there is this 10 of Cups, happiness and fulfillment on the other side of it, like after the storm, if you wish. I mean, come on, you can't make it up. You saw me shuffling. 10 of Cups, people. Double 10 of Cups. Anyways, the feminines, you have the Victory of 6 of Wands, clarified by Ace of Wands. You see, your inspired will, your energy, the torch that you were carrying brought you this victory. It's not it's the work of the team, you know, like somebody is at the award ceremony and they're thanking all the people in their team who helped them get there, who share the credit, all that stuff. No, this is the opposite. This is a time to give credit to yourself, right? For how far you've come. Look at your last year. Some people speak about the last 7 years as being a milestone. Whichever way you feel is right for you, whichever that phase was. But take it larger than like a week or months. Look a little bit further. Maybe how long you've been on the twin flame journey, right? And how far you've come. This is a time of that acknowledgement, celebration, and it's supposed to inspire you for your next phase, for the next leg of your journey. Masculines, the universe, clarified by Knight of Cups. The universe is the world card in this deck, but I love that there is like a focus on divine feminine here. And yeah, I mean, I know it's the obvious, right? The Knight of Cups is moving towards their world, towards their universe, towards their feminine, right? But this is not to just, in some cards, the world, the person in the world card can seem like they're struggling to get out of the frame, the limitations, and like they need some help to get out of it, to free themselves. At this time, this is not like that. And the way divine masculine see it is, this is like the lighthouse that is keeping them straight, that's helping them get into the right track or stay on the right track or have the right focus, right? At least that's the expectation. I'm not saying it's easy for them. I'm not saying they understand it all very well, right? If anything, there could be some resistance to it, but it's such a strong energy. It's a major arcana. It's something that they can't resist or can't resist anymore. You know, that's the point right now because of this eclipse energies and the storm that they're bringing in. It's like there is no fight in this. It's pointless. It's so obvious. It doesn't make sense even to the unawakened DMs. Oh my god. And for the additional question, we have 4 of Wands clarified by the moon. Oh man, emotions are being surfaced. Emotions that we maybe were keeping very close to our heart, that we were not feeling safe enough to talk about, to bring into the picture. This is very sensitive and very personal. It's like a very, very vulnerable space. That's what I'm feeling with this. So what is that vulnerable space for the feminines right now that's being brought to the surface, that they're feeling more brave to bring up to their reality and maybe to people around them? 3 of Swords clarified by 3 of Swords. Seriously, guys. The quintessential heartache, like it's like the trauma with the capital T, right? And it can be a little bit of different trauma to everyone, but this is like the initial trauma of this lifetime. And I mean, 99.9% of possibility that it's not your DM that caused it. Your DM is a mirror to you in that sense. Your DM is supposed to, even if it seems unlikely, but they're supposed to help you bring that out, like essentially what is happening right now, and deal with it. And once you guys are together in semi-union and union, deal with it and heal it in a healthy way, right? But if it's something that you can handle yourself, if it has to do with another person and it's just no way that you can fully heal it just by yourself. But this is what's coming up now. And feminines more than ever are facing that true trauma that has been driving their life. The convictions and beliefs that have been unconsciously programming you for which way you go, for how you make decisions. As much as hard as it is, right? This is the time. And I love that actually even with the coloring, it's like yin and yang, right? It's like seeing it for what it is. The good and the bad, how maybe it's been protecting you, or how it wasn't forced upon you. Not to feel like a victim, but to clearly see what happened and be able to deal with it. Like, this isn't even my belief. It's not what I believe. But that's how I was brought up, and that's how I kept doing it the last 20 years. Whether it's relationships, jobs, friendships, presenting yourself to the world as an identity, whatever it is for you, right? It's like now it's being reconsidered, but not from a place of mind, but from a place of heart space and feelings and emotions. And yes, it may be painful for a while because it's so raw, it's so vulnerable. So take good care of yourself. Stay with your angels. Make sure you have that safe space and protected space. Maybe do some energy protection rituals. For the masculines, we have King of Wands clarified by Knight of Pentacles. Very interesting combination. So for the masculines, it's like this masculine bravado that they understand now, like they can see it in slow motion. That's what I'm getting. And they see it how other people see it, how ridiculous it can be. I mean, those who know, right? Like, it's such a spread, a widespread template for the masculine energy to try to show off, to be sarcastic, and I don't know what the right expression for it in English, the kind of bust on each other, right? Like, it's like a guy thing, but then it spreads out, and it's still unhealthy even in the guy company, just saying, right? The fact that it's been a trend doesn't make it healthy on its own. But it's even harder, of course, when it gets outside of that guy space. Like, I'm with my buddies, I'm with my friends, that's how we talk, that's how we do things, right? And it gets to the feminines, it gets to, like, I don't know, families, kids, anyone and everyone, like wider public, right? It's even more ridiculous, like, and it either just breaks relationships or it triggers people, which none of it actually is helpful to what DMs are trying to achieve. So again, it's this unconscious bias and belief system that's coming to the surface, and they're starting to see how ridiculous it looks like, and B, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do anyway, that they're trying to achieve, to get themselves in a more favorable space, to show how cool they are, how strong they are, how powerful they are, without actually having that bias, right? So it's like an overcompensation that people do when they don't really, deep down, they don't feel like they have that. They are in that space. So they're overcompensating by creating an image through sarcasm, through showing off, through putting down somebody else, right? They say you can either raise yourself up or you can bring somebody else down, right? And a lot of people choose the latter because it's easier. It doesn't require any work on yourself, right? So they're seeing it for what it is, those kind of templates. And they're like, it hits them now. Like, oh wow, that's what it looks like? Really? Oof. Message from the feminine to the masculine. We have the Five of Pentacles clarified by Page of Cups. So feminines do feel lonely right now without masculines by their side, without their support and love and kindness. They are missing it. So masculines, if you have a chance to send a message, to reach out, to be of guidance and support, just be there, you know, and go for it. Doesn't have to have context, doesn't have to have strategy behind it, right? It can be a simple act of kindness and love that will make all the difference in the world right now for your feminine. Message from the masculines to the feminines. I mean, seriously, Nine of Pentacles clarified by Nine of Pentacles. What is this reading? But it's great. It's also my guides showing me that maybe I need to step outside of my comfort zone or insecurities that I need clarifiers for my reads, right? I get clarifiers that are exactly the same cards as the main card. Really, right? Like, it doesn't really add too much apart from the fact that it's like, this is exactly what we're meant to say. This is it. That's the message, right? So the masculine see the feminine as this beautiful goddess, like I was saying, they are getting pulled to it energetically, whether they like it or not. It's their universe, it's their lighthouse, and that's the message to the feminine, that they see how great they are, how beautiful and successful they are, and at peace, and they want that for themselves. So they essentially, I wouldn't say they copy the feminine, but they want to be closer, they want to get more of that, even energetically for themselves, of course. They may not admit it, but that's what it is. But also to understand how it works. And not that they feel like it's so easy that it can just copy, do the same thing and it's going to work out. But they do understand that it's something that is possible to achieve, and they want to believe that. Let's put it that way. It's more about hope and belief than anything else. But they are excited, they are inspired by it. Okay, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you all very, very much. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.